Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us. We had a little technical difficulties. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back. We're on Call It Like I See It, and we're gonna get started in a few. Go ahead and play that intro. Oh, got my co-host with me.
Yes, I'm your co-host Hayat, aka That Dude Yet. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road. Let's play that intro.
Question.
Have you ever had stage fright?
Nope.
I mean that petrifying feel that you believe you will not perform when the time's right. Well, not us.
Welcome, it's your boy Muhammad Jamal Abdul Haq, the king of the north, and you listening to Call It Like I See It, baby.
Yo, you listen to Call It Like I See It. This is your man, Sum Holla, Sum Gon Sum Woo.
You listening to Call It Like Jafar sees it. That's the only thing matters.
You're now listening to Call It Like I See It, or whatever.
Assalamu alaikum. There's no place like this. Call It Like I See It with my uncle Tiku and Uncle Ayat. Let's get the show on the road. September stage is going down.
Welcome back. This is Rafiq Shahid, a.k.a. Fiq Righteous, your co-host. And Hayat's here with me. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, like we said at the beginning of the show. We're about to go ahead and get started. We're talking about LTMN. We're talking about Don't Sleep. We're talking about Draco. This is the South Edition. So we speaking about those teams this week. We got a lot of news from them. We got Dini. We got Dini coming on the show today from Draco. We got Khalil from LTMN. He's saying he has some things to say. Teams definitely want to tune in and hear about that. And then we got Dean on Tell the Truth. He actually going to tell the truth, not about himself, but about his team. And you know what I mean, about how he feels about his play. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to be talking a little bit more about those teams, okay? Bear with us for just a few while we do that.
The secrecy, my preferred declaration. By this I know that it's only for you. Opportunity abound through consistent pleas. And to this loneliness I've agreed. You and I, free to pour out my heart in your comb. All the secrets to behold, you couldn't come too soon. Layla, impatient I await your coming. Layla, when souls are resting, I'm growing anxious. Layla, bring me the news of my beloved. Layla, yeah, Layla. No ears can hear me, nor eyes can see me. In sacred solitude, what I proclaim. If this were a dream, then I'd wish to never leave. This is a loneliness I accept. You and I, free to pour out my heart in your comb. All the secrets you behold, you couldn't come too soon. Layla, impatient I await your coming. Layla, when souls are resting, I'm growing anxious. Layla, bring me the news of my beloved. Layla, yeah, Layla, impatient I.
And we are back on Call It Like I See It. Hayat, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's let them know what we got going on.
Yes, it's Hayat Shahid here. That Dude Yet. Good show tonight. We're calling this the South Edition because we are talking about the Southern teams tonight. 3 Southern teams that come in September stage each and every year. LTMN, Don't Sleep, and Draco. LTMN and Don't Sleep from Virginia, and Draco from Georgia. So, got a good show tonight. Like Rafiq said already, we got Khalil coming on to address some things. This is what he has to say is more for the captains and the players. Might be some information that some of the players want to hear. We got We got a message from Dean and Deanie from Team Draco, so want to tune in for that. And we just gonna be talking about Don't Sleep as well. We don't got no special guests from Don't Sleep tonight, but we will be talking about them. Just their potential. Like I said, they had the potential to upset Land Boys last year. So we're gonna just talk about where do we see them going this year. First year they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
they were number 1 seed, lost to HQ in the semifinals, and could have went to the championship against LTMN. Second year, they lose to Made Men. If they would have beat Made Men, they would have been in the championship. No, they would have been in semifinals. If they would have beat Made Men. Made Men last year.
Talking about Don't Sleep.
Don't Sleep.
Yeah, they would have been in the semifinals.
They would have been in the semifinals. So we're gonna see what steps they're taking. Like I said, we can't talk rosters, but we're just talking about expectations from the players that we think might be coming back with their team.
Got it. So here's the thing. Before last episode, we put out a poll: who was the best player? It was out of Kamali, Live, Red, and Taj. And my pick was Kamali. I have to say that I was wrong. I was only wrong because I was thinking that more people will disagree with me. I don't know why, but yeah, I was wrong about that. A lot of people agree with me. 41% of the vote went towards him.
Yeah.
Then up next was 35%, which is Red, and I think that that's more of an argument. And we can talk that all day. But listen, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk LTMN. Thank you guys for participating in that poll vote. So thank you for that. But listen, let's talk LTMN. So we're talking Khalil and LTMN. Khalil got a message for everyone. We're gonna go ahead and let y'all hear it. And so let's go ahead and let y'all hear it. Here's Khalil right here.
Yeah, like definitely, you know what I mean? Like I know LTMN, they want me back, some stuff in the works. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Like, let people know though. Let them know. And I see what we could do, give them my snap, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, just let me know something. But I'm definitely gonna tune into the podcast, that's for sure.
Word. Good looking. Khalil tuning into the podcast. I hope you on right now. Because wow. So hold on.
Exactly.
So Khalil's not going to. Well, it's not a guaranteed he's not playing with LTMN. But he's considered himself as a free agent.
That is true.
Got you. Okay, so you consider yourself as a free agent. That's different. I'm expecting Khalil on LTMN. I'm thinking about Khalil being on LTMN. So with him not there, and that's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. But let's say this: if he's not on their team, and I'm not saying what we expect from them because we don't know who they'll replace with him.
True.
But where's the best landing ground for him?
Okay, so we could play what ifs all day. We could play what ifs all night. I'll throw out my 2 what ifs possibilities. Yeah. Since we're talking South team, it's actually funny that he should remain in the South. Since we're talking South teams.
Yeah.
He would definitely be a good player that Don't Sleep can use. Don't Sleep can use a weapon like Khalil offensively. Not really
I was thinking Don't Sleep only because the whole Duke thing.
It could be.
To get back at him.
My other option will be Draco because they lost Kendrick. Even though Khalil doesn't play big man, he can't dunk. He's not a good defender like Kendrick was protecting the rim. I think that, like I said, it's that scoring, but he's an offensive player who needs the ball, and Red is the facilitator. So how does that work? So, I mean,
he can't be a spot-up shooter though.
He can.
He can't be a shooter. My thing is that I don't want to see him anywhere else. I mean, he fits on LTMN. It's something that they need. They need the scoring.
Yeah.
So he fits on LTMN. But what I would say is that if he has to go anywhere that he can go, and this is a little, I don't know their team. Of course, I would like to see him stay in the South, but Land Boys can use a shooter. They can, but I know that they're not going to pick up anybody because they're coming alone. So that's why I would rather just him stay in LTMN. So Khalil, if you hear us, man, sign with your team, man.
Yeah,
you came with them.
I think
stay
this is
with
more.
Them. That's my advice.
He said this is more of me just testing the waters just to see what I could do. But like, I think he stays.
Oh man,
I just think he stays.
Khalil, here's the thing, man. I understand you want to make sure everybody know your name, and at the end of the day, man, you put up 18 points a game. LTMN needs you. They can utilize you, and I'm telling you, man, you can shake out. You can shake out. But I would say this, man. I'm really excited about seeing them this year. My picks has always been LTMN, and I'm a huge fan of them because I seen them grow from the tune-up tournaments, to now where they're at. I mean, the championship first year at September stage. So I've always been a huge fan of them. My main thing is that I'm really looking forward to see the growth of Kyrie. I mean, I think that he's tuned out all of the noise with the whole Tariq and him rivalry and the next gen and all of that stuff. I think that that's all put to bed, and he's focused on playing basketball and winning. And I know he has a bad taste in his mouth after last year not being able to be out there to help his team.
True.
And watch them get eliminated from HQ. And HQ is probably best all-around game the whole tournament. They just happened to be just on fire that game.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Taj.
Yeah, Jamal.
Taj and Osama.
Yeah, it was killing.
Dropped like 20 apiece.
Yep.
So I'm really, really interested in seeing them come back. And also they lost Mo.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's playing with LTMN this year. I don't know what
LTMN's looking completely different.
I don't know the rosters.
I mean, yeah, August 2nd.
August 2nd.
August 2nd is when the rosters will be revealed for the world to see, and then we're gonna talk rosters. But.
Yeah, so I'm confident in LTMN letting people know where they stand again. Next is Don't Sleep. So Don't Sleep. They got the funniest name because people stay sleeping on them
every year.
Now Mifta puts together a team. You gotta admit that Mifta puts together a team, but let's scrape everything from Mifta's team because we don't know who's on the team, but we do know one player that's on the team.
Yes.
And that's Dooley.
Yes.
Dooley.
His nephew.
Now,
Mifta hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out here real quick. It didn't get any attention because Mifta didn't want to really be about it. Like I told everybody, if you got something to say it with your chest. Come on the show, let the world hear. Mifta hit me up, and he was, he went uncle mode on me. He got upset that his nephew Dooley wasn't on the top 10 list.
Oh, so he went Hayat mode.
Oh, he got upset with me because he said that I need to put respect on my nephew Dooley's name. How the heck is Tariq, Softar, Taj? Tariq. He said Tariq, Softar, Taj, and Dini over him on that top 10 list when he had a better performance than all of them. I hang up the phone on him immediately. He got mad at me. He's like, yo, take me serious. Yeah, it's crazy how you're not putting respect on him. I said, you really want to say something about it? Call in on the show. A couple days later, nah, I don't even want to do all that. So you're really not about it. Mm-hmm. My thing is, I'm not biased, but if I say, everyone knows that I like my nephew Tariq. Like, that's, I mean? I think that he's a really good player. So, I talk about him. Everybody's like, oh, you biased. I'm not biased, but if I have something to say and I'm really going to say it, I'm going to say it. Mm-hmm. Mifta backed out. But Dooley is a good player. I'm not hating on Dooley. He really is a good player, and he knows his role. You know what I mean? He shoots the three. He's an outside shooter.
And that's the thing. So, Dooley shoots the three. But now you're talking about him being on a team where he's the focal point. As of now, from not knowing rosters. But we just saying, with him being the focal point, how successful can Don't Sleep be?
With just him being like the star?
With just him being the focal point, being the go-to guy.
I mean, we got to see. I don't know if that's his role. I've seen him working. Shout out Dooley. I don't know if you're listening. I see you out there in the gym every day getting it. I mean, I got to see him take that leap because he's never done it in all the September stages. This is the third year. The first one, he was that. Yeah, the first one, he's outside shooter. He's a spot up shooter. That's it.
Dooley, if you hear us talking, at the end of the day, man, if the team's yours, put it on your back.
Yeah.
We'll wait for rosters and everything. At the end of the day, I know you're going to play within the game regardless of what your role is. So we look forward to seeing you shake out.
Definitely.
If that's the case. I mean, you can't say that it's impossible for him to be in the top 10 when he was an all-star the first year.
He was, but was he all-star last year?
He was an all-star last year, but we didn't do all-star stuff.
We didn't.
We did awards for players, so we didn't do the top all-stars. That's why we did a casting.
Okay, but we didn't. But if we did, was he top 10?
No, he wasn't. Exactly. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't in the casting at all.
So, true that then. So that's that.
But I'm saying it's not impossible because he's been there.
But come on, did he have a better performance than Softar, Tariq, Taj, and Dini? Yes or no?
No.
Exactly. That's why I hanged up on Mifta. He was going uncle mode. He was going straight. He was going Umi mode. My son's he went Umi mode on me. You know what I mean? Bragging about your son being nice when he's not. You know what I mean?
No.
Was top 10.
But that's not the same. He's not top 10, but you can't say he's not nice.
Okay, that's my bad. No disrespect. Dooley's nice, but he's not top 10. He just is knocking dudes off the list. Dooley had a better tournament than Taj. Yeah, Taj didn't have a great tournament like everyone be hyping him up to be the next LeBron James in the Jamaat that everyone clearly says he is. But come on.
Well, I have to say this about people saying who had a better tournament than who, especially when it comes to players. Are you watching other players and how good that they did?
Yeah.
I'm talking about players. Like players watching players and say, I mean, you're not watching every game. Like that's why we kind of go to the captains and those running the tournament. That's watching the games and keeping stats. And that's one of the big emphasis on stats this year and watching for efficiency because you know what I mean. You can be scoring a lot of buckets, but you're taking a lot of shots. So we'll see how that goes this year as well. So we got something here from Janae, and it's a tell the truth moment.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So it's good. So it's good hearing from Janae. Man.
Yeah,
so it's
good hearing
That's
from
my
Janae.
guy. That's my guy.
So here's Janae. He got a message for a few people. Go ahead, Janae. Let him hear it.
Yo. It's your boy Big Nate, a.k.a. the notorious NAID. And I got a take for y'all real quick for Call It Like I See It. Yo, one thing. The young guns need to get back together. That's next gen. They need to put all the egos to a side. Get back together. I still think Poppy, I said this 3 years ago, I still think Poppy needs to come over there and be that young leader that they need. He's only a couple years older than them. He got championship caliber. Put the egos to the side, get back together, man. Next gen. Man, we've been waiting. Y'all left us on a cliffhanger. Second thing. I'm tired of everybody mentioning Drizzy, Draco, and that whole Georgia team without putting some respect on my man AC. Y'all got to put respect on Ali Kaba's name. He's the battery behind Georgia. Deanie might be the face of Georgia, but AC is definitely the battery. He's always been a pest, and he is a coach's dream and nightmare player. You can go either way with AC, but I have to give respect to Ali Kaba because I remember when he was a youngster, he only had one shot. His game's developed, and his mental game has definitely come a long way. So I just wanted to punch in and say that. Stop mentioning Draco without mentioning the battery pack behind Drizzy Draco, and that's Ali Kaba. And number 3, loyal to my nation. Get y'all act together. Get y'all act together, loyal to my nation, because y'all left us in another cliffhanger. And we're waiting to see come out, show out, September stage. This ought to be interesting. And I'm out.
Good looking, Nate. Letting us know what's popping, what's good, man. We always appreciate you coming on and telling the truth.
Definitely.
The next gen thing we're gonna save for next episode because this is the South edition, so we're sticking with the concept. But like you said, we're gonna talk Draco. Definitely gonna talk Draco. We're gonna talk Draco next. But one thing that you said was, hey, loyal to my nation. Left everyone on a cliffhanger because they was in the championship the first year, and then the second year, they didn't even get out the first round. That's why I would like to see Khalil stay and bring it home with the team he came with. So.
Definitely finish what you started, man. Finish what you started. He had a great tournament. Arguably could have won MVP. I heard a lot of people saying that he was a good player. But like I said, Kyrie getting hurt. The team just didn't look like they didn't look like they had chemistry. It looked like it was Khalil out there doing what he wanted to do, and the team was just trying to roll off of that. Like, okay, Khalil brings the ball up. Is he going to shoot? We get the rebound. If he passed the ball to us, we don't know what to do with it. Just get it back to Khalil. He'll save us. And it kind of didn't work. And then with Kyrie getting hurt in the last game, he got hurt the last game before the next day, which was the playoffs against Next Gen. Hurt his back, went to the hospital. Was out for the rest of the tournament. That kind of, you just saw it in their faces. They're like, "Yo, we not." And then that game, I mean, Mo splits his head. Like, oh yeah, Mo got hurt too. He split his head the next day in the playoffs. Yep. Mo split his head in the playoffs, and he was out. So Kyrie got hurt, didn't play in the playoffs. Mo got hurt in like the second half, and didn't play the remaining of the playoffs. So after that, Khalil was just trying to hold them down as best as he could, and it just wasn't enough. So it will be dope if Khalil stays. And LTMN, like I said, I know a lot of them dudes be feeling some type of way, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of LTMN. They could have won a championship the first year. Went into overtime after that. HQ just showed that, that championship pedigree on why they've been there before. Mm-hmm. They slowed the game down, and they handle business. So LTMN can make it back. I hate when people say, "Oh, LTMN, they're not a factor." All we worrying about is Mass and Land Boys. Y'all there? I mean, y'all right there with anyone else. Like, we putting respect on y'all name. We're not treating y'all like some young guns. Y'all there. Y'all could battle with any team in the tournament, and that's what I like about That's what I like about September stages, because we have yet to have a back-to-back champion. We have yet to have two teams go back to the championship the previous year. So I'm looking to see what's going to happen. So we'll find out.
Gotcha. So we, of course, we're on the message board now, and Azim says that he asked us Tariq on the top 10. But he puts a shock face, and then Jacob. Shout out to Jacob. We don't even know who he is, but he's been on the message board since we started this. He said facts. The top 10 needs an overhaul.
Jacob,
real
quick.
Send in your top 10.
Real quick. Who is? Because me and Rafiq.
He ain't gonna say, obviously.
I mean,
let him be anonymous.
Let us at least hit us up on the side so we at least know. Like, come on, you can't be anonymous. I mean, obviously. You're anonymous if you change your name, but who is Jacob? On the message board, whoever Jacob is, just hit up us so we know. And we'll keep you anonymous if you want to remain anonymous. But I just want to at least know who's been chiming in.
Nah, I don't want to know Jacob.
I need to know, so hit me up. Hit me
up.
I
want to know Kaiser Sose. Yo, Kaiser Sose. I want to see your top 10, man. Put it on the board.
Yep. And that goes for everybody. If you got a top 10.
Say your top 10. Call it like you see it. But anyway, listen, we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we get back, you'll be hearing from Dean and Deanie from Draco. Mm-hmm. You don't want to miss this. Deanie got some things to say, addressing the fans, the haters, and his team. So we'll be right back. And when we get back, you'll be hearing from Draco.
For all the days that have passed, in the present I love you.
Hey everyone, we are Events by Ari, and by Ari we mean amazingly radiant individuals, also known as Aisha and Ityaj. We are two sister friends with passions for creating awe-inspiring, unique, and memorable event settings, as well as donning our glamorous aprons and being the proud master chefs behind an array of delightful meals and delectable sweets. After years of providing such services for family and friends, we came together and decided to share our love for beautiful and delicious things. Thus, Events by Ari was born.
Depending on the desires of our clientele, we can produce a vast variety of settings. Want kid-friendly and fun? Cool. Young and sassy? Okay. Even down to the most over-the-top luxurious events. We're here for it, honey. With a lethal combination of wild imaginations, we possess the ability to bring to reality spectacular events catered specifically to you. Let us mesmerize your guests with our Ari flair.
That makes me lament, no.
Back on Call It Like I See It, brought to you by Ari Events by Ari, beautifully done, deliciously made. Definitely want to book them to cater your events. They do a wonderful job. You can ask about them and check them out on their Instagram page. But real fast before we get started, of course, Call It Like I See It is for September stage tournament that raises funds for Falcon Academy, a beautiful school here in Holy Islamville, South Carolina. This year we will be expanding that out. If you've heard behind the curtain, expanding that out to other madrasas such as in Georgia, Virginia, New York, Canada. You'll see more information on that to come. But we want to get a younger audience, 7 to 12. And Friday Night Hype is what we're calling it.
Yeah.
A track and field event.
Definitely.
Where kids can race for prizes, cash prizes to go back to their school and help fundraise there. So we'll speak a little bit more about that, especially on the next episode.
Definitely. And just to chime in about that a little bit, I'm excited about it. That's what's up. Friday Night Hype for kids. All the kids, just throw it out there, kids that age. Everyone doesn't play basketball at that age. They're not, it's good. But every kid knows how to do what? Run. That's all they do.
run around
They
that gym.
run around the land. They run everywhere. So this is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Track and field, the competitiveness, and then it's state for state, New York, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia.
Yeah, state for state.
State for state, school for school. So it's a little bit of that competitiveness in there. So it's definitely going to be a little exciting. So everyone be there. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people going to be traveling on the road. Try to get here. If you can't, we would have the footage. But Friday Night Hype. Friday Night Hype. Be there. It's definitely going to be exciting, man. Whenever we could do something for the youth, it's just, mashallah.
Yeah. So, listen, we have another Tell the Truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And this is Dean. Dean out of Draco. Coming from Draco. Dean, go ahead, man. Go ahead and tell the truth.
Get it off your chest.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I don't feel slighted that I wasn't a bounce back player. I think actually that's probably like a compliment more, but that, you know what I'm saying, that you said I didn't have a bad tournament, but I'm gonna let you know, I had a horrible tournament. I had the most horrible tournament in my life, in tournament history. And it was due to several factors, playing with a new team, not really playing with my the pieces that I'm used to playing with. But now that Kendrick is gone, it's going to open up my role a little bit more. And I was being very passive last time, sitting in crucial moments, you know what I'm saying? But I was still by me sitting in those crucial moments, I was on the sidelines and making good coaching decisions, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like the timeout against HQ, they were about to beat us in the playoffs. I called a timeout when they was on the line shooting free throws because the clock was running. All the players came back to me like, Dean, why you call timeout? I'm like, to stop the clock. Even Red included. I was like, to stop the clock. I was like, we got to do this. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was my role on that team in order to secure a championship. And this time, like, Isti had a bigger role than me. Ali had I was letting Ali, get in there and play, late in the game, when honestly, really, it should have been me. No knock on Ali, but that's just where I place the confidence in myself. Even though I had a horrible tournament, I think I could have pulled it out in the end. But anyway, we won. But I had a horrible tournament. And like I said, I'm going to have to do different things as far as changing my game up, because I can't do what I used to do. I don't get up as high. I don't think I can, beat people off the dribble as easy as I used to. And so I'm going to have to change some things up, work on my outside shot a little bit more, be that deadly, 3-and-D type dude, as they say in the NBA, and contribute that way. But it ain't going to be like last time. I'll let you know that.
Okay, Dean. So talking about one, telling the truth about your own self and discovering the game and discovering how you have to change your game to match your abilities that you have now. So, man, big ups to you. A lot of players can't do that. Some players are still very, 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 very good. Sir.
Definitely, and that was most people wouldn't admit that. Dean had to change his game, and like he said, he's getting older. But he had to take that step back with players like Red and Kendrick on the squad. Red was the facilitator, so he really couldn't do what he wanted to do. But don't act like Dean wasn't a champion before last year. He won with with UN. He won with UN against Canada in the last TMOA tournament, and that Dean was on fire. He knew his role. He had a better role. So it's a little bit different.
15 boards.
He's balling. So his role was a little bit different. But like he said, with Kendrick going, I think Dean can play that power forward position for the team and start for the team as well. Like Janae said, Ali is the battery. Definitely. Ali's the battery for the team. But Dean definitely brings, a side that the team needs well. If he wasn't good, if he wasn't good, they wouldn't pick him up. So they definitely need him. They could use him. So I'm expecting Dean to, come out and have as he said, a better tournament than this one, because obviously to him this was his worst tournament he's ever played, and they won. So can Draco back to back with Dean being more hungry? And I'm looking forward to seeing what he mean by changing up his game. So we'll see.
Yeah, so am I. I'm definitely looking forward to see what Dean has to do. But I know y'all been looking forward to this all night. Deanie's interview.
All night, all year.
All year.
All year. We haven't heard from Deanie.
Deanie sets the record straight. Since
September stage.
September stage.
We haven't heard from Deanie since the night he won the championship.
Well, actually, that's not true. We did hear from him after the promo video dropped.
That wasn't a good hair. My man was tight. So he gonna have some things to get off his chest. So y'all gonna want to listen and tune into this one.
All right, so here's the interview with me and Deanie. All right, welcome. This is Call It Like I See It. I'm your host, Rafiq Shahid. As you know, we here today, and we're back on Call It Like I See It. We got a special guest in, a champion, captain of the defending champions, Salahuddin Mustafa, a.k.a. Deanie. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, that's good, man. It's good in this area. Yo, I'm glad to have you on. Everybody's been waiting to hear from you, waiting to hear from Draco. So this is going to be exciting. We get a chance to sit down and speak with you. So first and foremost, I got to say congratulations again. Y'all, not only did y'all win, but y'all went undefeated. So, yo, congratulations, man. How does it feel to be a champion?
Definitely feels good, man. Shukran, I definitely appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me on. And we definitely went undefeated, but it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of games went down to the wire. You know what I mean? Went down to the end. One played against HQ. Dudes made some crucial plays. One played against Mass or Land Boys. I'm not really sure what the team is. So Mayman, we played against Mayman. I mean, as we know how that game ended, you know what I'm saying? For both times we played it, was definitely tough. And we, you know what I mean? We just stay focused, man. But definitely feels good, man.
Yeah, man, I understand how that is. I mean, to win that game, it's crazy because somebody is going to feel a certain type of way. You know, I mean, 3 overtimes. Y'all fought for that win. Y'all got it. Congratulations. So, but someone got to win. Someone got to lose. Congratulations, and congratulations to Mate Man. So we talked a little bit, and you told me that you may not play because of your thumb jamming it or messing it up. What does it look like now?
I mean, I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like, I definitely want to show up, support. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was all about the, you know what I mean, the children, South Carolina children in here, Georgia, whatever. You know what I mean? For the school, it's for a bigger purpose than just basketball. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is fun. It is competition. You know what I mean? And as of right now, Draco, you know what I'm saying, we are the champions. So I don't want to not bring my team back, but dudes want to, you know what I mean, speculate and do all this extra stuff. Like, yo, we showed up, we played. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I came, you know what I mean, I showed up to the tournament. I asked my team everybody's names. Hey, who's the Muslim? He said, hey, my name's Tariq. I'm Muslim. Shook Hayat's hand. We kept it moving. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, dude's going to ask all these extra questions. Like, I said, he tricked. If he's not Muslim, then, I mean, it's news to me, too. He must have lied to me as well. I don't know. Like, so he told me.
There we go, man. And you answered that question. Thank you, everybody who was all asking about it. So, shukran for answering that question. And we moving on. At the end of the day, you're the champions, and we're not worrying about that, man. I trust you. You gave me your word. You let me know your roster, and we good to go. So, shukran for answering that question. But we do got to talk about the fact that you are actually losing a player. And congratulations to Kendrick. It's not a secret anymore. Everyone knows he's going to be heading out, going overseas to play. What type of adjustments as a team do y'all have to do with with losing a player like that? You know, you heard Dean earlier speak about the role that he has to play and how he has to be a little bit more involved. You know, not giving up your game plan, but what type of adjustments did you have to do to repeat without a player of of his magnitude?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like man, we were in a, like, when we played, you know what I mean, like every game went down to the wire. But I feel like if my team would have been, you know what I mean, hitting on all cylinders like we could have been, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we could have blew a lot of teams out. Not to come at nobody, but I feel like we could have, you know what I mean, we could have played a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, we do play against, you know what I mean, like those dudes, but I mean, it was a new team for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wasn't really sure their role. Dudes didn't know who was starting, you know what I'm saying? Like, so things were kind of like, the good thing that we had in our favor is that everybody knew how to play basketball. Everybody had IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stayed disciplined. That's the best thing that we had. You know what I mean? But other than that, I feel like us coming back just a second year, bringing a similar team, we all know each other's games better. You know what I mean? We're going to be able to. We're just going to be a little smoother. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I mean, we lost Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Which is a big loss for us. You know what I mean? Like I still feel like Tay. You know what I mean? He could do a lot of things that he didn't really show on the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Red going. You know what I mean? Red's gonna be Red, but I feel like he got a lot of stuff too that he can show that dudes ain't really see. You know what I mean? So
if
I
Red
feel like
can
you have to
get
look
better,
for it.
that's crazy. If Red can get better, man, that's absolutely crazy. Because I mean, we talked about it, and everyone put in their votes with Kamali and Red and Live and who's the best player.
Yeah,
and it really came down to Red and Kamali. You're like, that's really what it was. It wasn't even a debate for anybody else. And Red was the MVP of the tournament. So you talking about him taking it to another level because Kendrick's not there. You talking about Tay taking it to another level.
And not even just him, and just not even just him and just not Red and Tay, but also Dean. I mean, Dean kind of chilled. That was like a cool, like Dean, like even Dean came in and gave a solid finish. You know what I'm saying? He had I mean, like I said to me, and like I want to get this straight. Dudes like are hitting me up like, "Hey, Dean, man, you got to come back. You got to have a better tournament." Dudes talk. First of all, if you ask me, I can't have a better tournament than one I just had. I just won. You feel me? So I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing nobody else saying. You know what I mean? I couldn't have a better tournament. And if I come to the next tournament and do exactly what I just did and win again, then I'm gonna say the same thing over. I don't care about points. I don't care about stats. I don't care about none of that. All I care is about the W and us winning. So anyway, Dean, you know what I mean? Because he came in and gave a solid minute, but Dean could do a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Ollie can hoop. You know what I'm saying? Ollie could do a lot more. So with us coming back, well, we got some missions as well. You know what I'm saying? So if my whole team, you know what I'm saying, come back and everybody get a function and go off, like, this is going to be a long day for dudes, man.
That's what's up. And here's the thing, like, you know, like Dean said, he said he's going to be looking to be more of a 3-and-D guy, so that give you that help. But you make a point there when you said, oh, people saying you got to come back and you got to play better. You know, Deanie, you got to be better. My thing is that you've always had a reputation from people saying that you was a ball hog, you shot too much, you're a chuck, and all of that. So you scale back, you don't chuck, you don't, you know what I mean? You play the right way, you make the right pass, you end up winning, and people still not satisfied. So I can definitely understand where you're coming from, because it's like, yo, which one y'all want me to be? At the end of the day, I'm a champion.
For sure. Honestly, like, you know, it's crazy because right after, like, we played the game or whatever, right after the tournament, Marisop, you know what I mean, Ake, you know, some down here, my brother-in-law, he came, he was like, Dean, it's crazy, man. You sacrificed so much just now to win. You know what I mean? And what he meant was, like, he was like, you played so disciplined. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I did. Like, I didn't go out there and just jack. I didn't just go out of the game. I stayed within the rhythm of the game. You know what I'm saying? I played. I chilled. You know what I'm saying? I let my point guard dictate where my shots were going to come from. I didn't go off. I didn't get mad. I stay within the game, you know, because at the end of the day, as a point guard, you know what I mean, he can make you shine or he can make you chill. So it's really up to, you know what I mean, it's really up to him, unless you want to start going outside the game plan and messing your team up, and I'm not going to do that. So I just rocked out, and I did what we needed, you know what I mean? And like I said, as far as I know, man, like, we all played big, especially in that final game, you know what I mean? We all played big. I think Tay gave a lot. Ollie made some big shots, man. Christopher came up big. It was an overall good tournament for us, everybody. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was talking to Red the other day, and he was telling me, he was like, man, that last game he didn't do much. But I told him, I said, man, you did plenty. I said, first of all, you got to credit Made Men for the way that they played defense on you, because they knew that you wasn't like no sleeper, so they came out there, they made him give up the ball early. So he made the right play consistently. As long as you make the right play consistently, yeah, he was passive, very, very passive. But still, he made the right plays because he gave the ball up on a double team. What are you going to do? Got to dribble out of it and turn the ball over? No, and you trust your teammates. And by him doing that, I was able to have a good game. He was able to have a good game. He came up and hit a big shot. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like he played well. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh man, he didn't go off. No, but every time isn't going to call for you to drop 30 points. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait till your number is called and show up and give you. And that's really it.
And that is, I mean, it's not always about the scoring aspect. I think people do look at scoring and look at the highlight plays, and they're like, "Oh, this guy is the best player," you know. But it's about being smart. And the one thing that I noticed from him, and I don't necessarily, you know, agree if made men kind of kept him out the game. They did early, but then I think that kind of had something on his psyche because he was really, really passive towards the end. Not only was he passing the ball, but he kind of will pass the ball and kind of step out of the play. So I don't know if it was fatigue. Y'all played like so many games. Y'all took a long break. So I don't know if that was the case, but at the end of the day, what he brought to the team was extremely important. I'm talking about the whole tournament, and that's why he got MVP. He played with class. He facilitated, and he hit that huge shot to even put y'all down one for Tay to get the steal. So he put you in position even at the end of the game on a game that he wasn't doing as much as everyone always expected. So, great win. I'm excited to see what you guys bring back to the tournament. I know you willing and billing.
Nah, for sure. I'm definitely like. I mean, it's not really gonna be no crazy surprise. I mean, same team Draco. I feel like we had a good spot. We bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the same team back. I wasn't as healthy as I could have been last year. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna make no. Like I said, I don't have to make no excuses. We won, so. But I mean, at the end of the day, that was another reason. I couldn't do everything that I wanted to do. I played on a bad ankle, but it is what it is. We still came out with W. But I mean, I'm a lot healthier. I feel a lot better. You know what I mean? My whole, you know what I mean? Everybody's good. We're coming back strong. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Answer me this question, man. So, what do you feel about people talking about, you utilize the rule. You'll clear that up. You utilize the rule correctly. What do you feel about people saying, oh, the guests that you brought, the non-Muslims that you brought to the tournament were the best on your team? What do you feel about that?
Oh, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I love when people say that. You know what I mean? I love when people say that because, to me, it just, first of all, you know what I mean? It makes me look like a great GM. That's the first thing because I picked the team. You know what I'm saying? And my team made perfect sense. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is this right here. People always say that, like, man, yo, Dini, the two non-Muslims you brought were the two best on your team. Okay, cool, whatever. You can say that if you want. But to me, every player, every team are going to have their two best players. You know what I mean? And without those two best players, the team isn't going to thrive. And that's just how it works. Like, if you take off of Mayman, if you take Kamali and Moody off of that team, where would that team would have been? Like, where would they have won a game?
They'd be land boys.
I mean, I'm not saying it was, yeah, no, I'm being 100. Because to me, it's like, you get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, every team is going to have their those ringers, you know what I'm saying, or whatever people call them, like those players who are going to come out and going to, you know what I mean, and going to work. Like, you can't take you don't have any team in the tournament, and you say, hey man, you take two players or take two of their best players off, and they wouldn't be in the championship. No, we wouldn't be in the championship because you took two of our best players off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really get it. You know what I mean? Honestly, like, to me, it's like I've been watching dudes play basketball for a while. Like, anybody, like, any team that you take their best players off, you know what I mean? Any team that you take their best players off, they're not gonna be anything. That doesn't mean that doesn't discredit the rest of the team. That doesn't mean the rest of the team can't play. It means, okay, these right here are the best players. All right, cool. Like, I mean, maybe we should know better hoopers. You know, I don't know.
The thing is that, like you said, you take the two best players off the team, but one of the things is that we put the rule in place, and nobody's bringing scrubs. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. Like, nobody's out there saying, "Oh, we got this rule. Let's get this guy, the wackest person in the YMCA." Like, nobody's doing that. Everybody's actually trying to bring their best guy to the tournament. So, with that being said, any team besides, what was it, Next Gen, that won the tournament had a non-Muslim on their team. So would you say the same thing there? Or would you say, oh, well, Made Men, of course, had Kamali and Moody, who are the best on their teams. But there's other guys that are on other teams that you can arguably say that they're the best player on the team and they weren't Muslim. So is that going to be your excuse for anybody that lose when that rule is there? I mean, if you want to get rid of the rule, that's a whole nother thing. But don't get mad that someone utilized the rule better than you did and then won.
Absolutely correct. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, I couldn't put it any better. You know what I mean? Said it perfectly.
Yeah, man. Well, yo, Lil, thank you, man, for giving us a call, letting us sit down with you, wrap it up, and all of that. You know, we always have dialogue when it comes to basketball. You know, we got a long wait with OKC with all of these picks and stuff, but we're gonna watch Russell win this chip next year.
Oh no, that's a fact.
That's a fact. But yo, man, thank you for coming out. Congratulations again, and we look forward to having you at the tournament and seeing what Draco brings. August 2nd, when the rosters will be released, we look forward to seeing what you got up your sleeve, GM of the year.
Inshallah, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yo, just make sure those rings this year, make sure they're in the right size, man.
Got you. I'm gonna get everybody's size. I'm gonna get everyone's size. Make sure they're
the
right.
wrong size. I think they were supposed to fit certain people who definitely wasn't getting them, but you know what I mean.
Hold on. So who was it supposed to fit that wasn't getting them? I thought they were.
I ain't gonna put nobody. Those a little out of shape, man. I think
those who know
thought they were gonna get them. Yeah, you know what I mean. So just know what it is.
Word up. That's what's up, man.
Like
yeah,
I said,
we'll make sure that those are right.
I bet. We'll be back, inshallah.
All right, man. Inshallah. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, you'll be listening to more Call It Like I See It. We'll break it down, talk about the interview, and see what everyone has to say about it. Hold on. We'll be right back in a few.
Take me away from this world full of sin. I don't wanna stay. My heart is always in constant remembrance of. No matter where I am, I'll always call.
All right, so we back. So, yeah, that, like I said, Dini, that's a great segue because Dini was definitely calling people out. So to go to commercial break, what I'm calling out, that definitely worked. I think we had a little technical difficulties, so we back. And Hayat, give your take.
Yes. So what I was saying is, there's two sides to this that I agree on. When people say, "Yo, Dini, how does it feel that the two players on your team that you wasn't the best player on your team?" Now, the reason why people say this is because this is the Jamaat tournament. This is a community tournament. We know each other. We grew up with each other. So I think people are saying, "How does it feel? The two people that you run are better than you, are better than anyone that we know." I think that's what everyone's getting upset about. Like, if you bring two people who are not, Muslim or not in the community, they shouldn't be better than you or anyone on your team that we know. And that's just what it hates. But the problem is, which I agree with Dini, and like Feek said, don't get mad at Dini because there's a rule in play. You could bring two people who are not in the community, who are not Muslim. Don't get mad that he did it the best. Nobody said nothing about Kendrick and Red before the tournament started. No one even said anything about Draco. Draco's trash. Georgia's not going to win. They wasn't ranked top 3. They come out and they kill everybody. And now dudes want to start. Every little segment, there's every little second, there's something to nitpick about. Oh, y'all won, but y'all didn't do anything. Like Dini said, there's more to a basketball game than just scoring. Okay, Dini took a sacrifice, and He came out, he made a sacrifice, and he got a ring. Something that every team in the gym was chasing, and he walked out with it. Him, Ali, Dini, they got it. I mean, him, Ali, and Dean, they got it. Istafa, they got it. So give them their respect. If y'all want to come back and fight to get it. I'm confused. Dudes act like we come to this tournament and they see two non-Muslims and they're like, oh God, like these dudes, like how can they have these dudes? But dudes play in league with non-Muslims all the time, year round. You're trying to bring your best to win.
I have to say this about it. Like Azim makes a point, and he's speaking on the message board now for those tuning in. Go ahead and check out that conversation. But he makes a point. The rule is +2, right? So if the rule's +2, then don't bring +3. And we speak about we speak about this and we speak about this in behind the curtain. But so at the end of the day, that's an emphasis. And if someone felt that way, then we got to address it.
Definitely.
Davey came on just now. He cleared the air, and we're moving on. Like I said,
that's it.
We're moving on. People can think whatever they want to think. We know how controversy goes, but at the end of the day, yes, we put something in place to make sure that there's no question. You know what I mean? There's no question about it. When the rosters are revealed, if someone's questionable, then we'll address it right then and there.
That's it.
So that we don't end up with that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like we can't keep focusing on Draco, what was and what wasn't on their championship. That's over. We moving on to September stage, volume 2. So volume 3. So episode 3. So I mean, I understand it and I understand people's concerns. But Dini cleared the air just now, man. There's nothing that we can really say about that, man.
That's it.
Thank you for doing that.
It's final. Shout out to Draco yet again. September stage champs, and they're looking to go back to back. So you know what I mean. If y'all don't wanna hear them dudes talk, and come this year, shut them up. That's it. Until then, they're the champs until someone beats them. That's it. They have yet to lose a game until someone beats them. So gotta put respect on their names.
Yeah, so listen, shukran everybody for definitely tuning in every week that y'all do. We appreciate the love and support that you share.
Most def.
Because at the end of the day, we do this to give the players a voice before the tournament and then give the fans, a quick listen in to kind of see the storylines that are developing for September stage. But we definitely have to give a shout out to our MSA and Banata Noor groups in Holy Islamburg, New York, that are sacrificing to do what Al-Murshid says, and that's to continuously seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Our young men and women sacrifice and go every summer, take away their summers to go to the retreat, and we've been doing this for years, and this is why we do what we do on our end to support them. So definitely, if you have the time or money to support, please do so. And thank you so much to all of those teachers up there and counselors that take your time from your summers to support and help our youth. So we appreciate you guys as well. We'll be back next week on Call It Like I See It, and we'll be talking more about Friday Night Hype. We'll talk a little bit more about the tournament, what new rules we have in place, and just giving you some insight on what you can expect from the tournament next week. Hopefully we have some guests in and hear from some of the players again like we always do each week.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Shukran and assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hasinu. I wish peace upon you, and indeed when I do, that's my word that I'm giving, that you were safe in my presence. So put your palm in my palm and put a smile on your face. If you follow the sunnah, this is how you embrace. What a kind display of your kindness and grace. And the first one to say it is the strongest. And so put your palm in my palm and put a smile on your face. If you follow the sunnah, this is how you embrace. Assalamu alaikum to my brother, increasing the bond and the love between each other. I say assalamu alaikum to my friends and my people. If I come in peace, then this is how I greet you. I say